Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and today we are going to do a playthrough of Fallout using the new California expansion as well as the new Atomic Bonds expansion. Now this expansion really reminds me of Runebound's Unbreakable Bonds expansion, which I just recently did a playthrough of. And so I decided to pick this up and give this a try because I'm going to say I picked up the base game way back when, played it and sold it immediately. Did not enjoy it very much at all. Then the new California one came out, but I heard it only made one scenario cooperative, so I didn't even look at it. But with Atomic Bonds, it changes all of the base scenarios into being cooperative experiences, and you can play, you will put your loyalty one or the other side, either the stars or the shields, and you can play essentially each of these scenarios two different ways, which is really kind of cool. So today we're going to be doing the Pitts. We'll do the Pitt playthrough or the Pitt scenario. So with that, we'll do a very fast setup. I'll show you a couple of the things that are different from using the Atomic Bonds, and then we will jump into the playthrough. As you saw with the map, we are going to be playing the Pitt with the expanded version. This comes in the new California expansion. We have stage 56 we need to place out on the board. We'll look at that shortly. And this is new from the new California expansion. When you see this symbol, there's multiples of those cards. So you're going to see there's two 243s, and there's actually three 244s. I'm going to randomly choose one of each of those, and then I'm supposed to shuffle them into the encounter deck. Now, there's a back and forth on, does that mean I shuffle it into the entire encounter deck, or do I do the normal add, where when I would do the add, I take the amount of players. So there's 3 players. I take the top 3 cards of these, put those 2 cards that I'm putting in here, and shuffle in with those. And that's how I'm going to play. I don't really know what's right. Yeah, let me know if you know, but that's what I'm going to do. You can also see here we need to place a shield token on the Haven and a star token on the mill. Both of those are way up here on the top of the board. Here you can see the star and the shield. Also, we have enemies that are on the board because they start off. If you see a symbol for an enemy type, you'll grab that enemy type, the top one from your stack, and place it here. So I've got 3 enemies out on the board as well. The Atomic Bond expansion provides these new scenario sheets that you're now going to use for cooperative play. You can either choose if you want to be on the Rebel Slaves side, or the Star side, or the Shield side. For this one, it's Slaves or the Slavers. We obviously have to be on the slave side. So what we do is we take this new token that they gave us. It's double-sided. We're going to grab the faction that we're not part of. So we're part of the Star faction, and we place that token at the top of here. If that token gets all the way to the bottom, that's how we lose the game. Our victory condition now for this scenario, instead of just trying to earn influence points, we need to have both of the following completed. 1 goal per survivor is complete, and you'll see that in a second, and complete Painful Solutions number 66, which I don't even know what that is. We'll have to go with the main story and find out what that is. We have 1 enemy type, although shield tokens on the board are considered to be slavers. Their total XP and the amount of damage we need to do is Y, which is up here, so that's 1 right now, but they'll get stronger as the scenario goes. Goals are something new in the Atomic Bond expansion, and we have 4 that are out on the board. You'll always draw 4 at the beginning of each game. We have to complete 3 of them. This one says at any camp token, which those are new tokens that we're going to have. We start off with 1 at the crossroads area. Any camp token, you can discard 2 non-starting apparel to be able to complete this one. This one we have to have 3 workshop upgrades, and what those are. So remember how you would get influence and you get these little thumbs up and you'd grab agenda cards? Instead, now you're going to grab these workshop cards, and these workshop cards have benefits, and then you keep them out on the board, and this will say if we've got 3 of those, hey, we've completed that one. This one says a survivor gains their 6th special token. Remember, you start off with 2, so if you get 4 more, you complete that one. And then the final one is complete 1 vault. A vault is complete when all of the cards in its deck have been trashed. We, of course, have our shop set up just like normal, nothing different there. We're playing with 3 characters. Our first one's going to be the NCR Ranger. She has an item called the Wasteland Map. This says when placing your figure during setup, flip 2 tiles that are adjacent to the starting tile. Choose 1 space on any of those tiles to start it. And you can also ignore the fast action icon on enemies, which means if they move into our space or if we move into their space, they immediately attack us. We can ignore that. Also, the best part is you gain 1 additional movement point for your move actions. So she can move 3 instead of 2 normally. We also all get a mutation card, so I've randomly drawn 1 for each player. If ever our total exposure gets to 5 or higher, we flip this over. It has a positive effect and a negative effect. kind of cool. Might make you stronger in something, weaker in another. Since she's going to be the first player, I also have the new enemy activation cards. So these cards are going to tell us what enemies to activate, and then if, let's say, we were playing as the shield, we were following the shield instead of the star player, when you see this come out, we would also have to move the token on that sheet 1 space forward for the stars. For us, we'll ignore that. We'll only do that when you see a shield symbol. And then we'll also activate whatever the ability is on the side of the sheet as well. So this is what you're going to reveal at the end of each round, and then it will activate those specific enemies. This is really cool, a nice, simple way of making cooperative a lot better. Don't forget, each character also starts with 3 caps, and our ranger here starts with a P and an L for her special. Our second character will be the Mr. Handy Robot. He looks so cool, that's why I picked him. He has 2 ability cards. This one just says place this card in your play area, so it's not considered equipped. It cannot be traded or discarded. We cannot use the drug or aid items or gain traits other than vilified and idolized. You may discard a junk card to recover 5 HP. Pretty cool. And we have modular exploitation or exploiting. This has 1 shield. What that means, when we're rolling dice to attack any of those pip symbols, we get to reduce 1 of the pip symbols. So if there's 3, we only get hit for 2 of them. This item cannot be unequipped or discarded. You may keep 2 additional cards in your inventory. If you have at least 1 junk card in your inventory, increase the shield by 2. And then the big thing is they actually don't suffer any sort of radiation. So we're never going to push this up, which means that our mutation card will never see. Whatever. We also start with 3 caps, and we have the S and the E for our 2 starting letters. Finally, we have our Lone Gunslinger. So our Lone Gunslinger has her trusty sidearm. This has the letter L, which means as long as we have the L on our special, which of course we start with, because that's our special one to start with is an L, we can re-roll our dice 1 time. It's also range, so we can attack range, and that helps us if there's enemies around us that can attack range. During a fight, if this card is in your inventory, you're currently equipped ranged weapon gains the L. So if we find another weapon, we could put this actually in our inventory, and then that specific weapon would gain the L reroll, which is really cool. You cannot purchase, gain, or equip companions while this item is either equipped or in your inventory. Because come on, we're a lone gunslinger. We're not going to have companions. And you can see here we have 3 caps. We also have our mutation card over here to the side, and we have the L and the P already for our special. We have our starting stage card, Into the Pit. You happen upon a man fleeing this new wasteland. Please, he says, if you see my friends, tell them I made it, that there is a way out, and whatever you do, don't let the slavers know I've come this way. Now, unlike with the base game, and if you've played New California solo, you don't get an option of which way you want to go on these cards. Because we've already put our loyalty with the star faction, we can only resolve abilities on these cards that increase the star symbol. Because of course we don't want to increase the shield symbol because that's how we lose it, like it's the end. So what we can do is we can inform the man's friends. And what we need to do is do a quest action, which just means we spend an action at any of these locations that look like this. And then this will be our benefit. Let's now place our miniatures on the board. So we have to start on the Crossroads camp tile, except for our ranger. Our ranger can look at 2 tiles that are adjacent to the starting tile and then decide where to go. So let's go ahead and flip this tile. Now you can see this tile has an arrow. We have to match arrows. So you can see this arrow is pointing up. We're going to match this arrow is going to point up. And I don't see any enemies on that one. Great. Let's do this one then next. So let's flip this one over. Okay, this one is going to have an enemy, and we have Ends Meat shop over there. Also, you're going to see over here, this is a green area. If anybody except for Mr. Handy walks into this location, they're going to suffer 1 radiation. I'm going to grab one of those enemies here, and I'm going to place him out. And we have, what is this, a Raider Scum? Oh, and he can attack range and has 1 shield. And he's only worth 1 XP, though, if we kill him. So I'm going to have our Handy, Mr. Handy's going to start here. I'm going to have our Gunslinger start here. And you know what, that's not our Gunslinger. I believe I am going to paint this game. I haven't done it yet because I kind of want to keep playing a little bit to make sure. But, I mean, these minis look great. It's Fantasy Flight, and it's kind of like Runebound, where now that we have this expansion, I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep this forever. So that means I'd like to paint them, but I haven't yet, so sorry about that. Our Lone Gunslinger is here, and then our Ranger she can start right here. I'm going to actually have her start right here at the ends meet, so that way she can start exploring right away. And so with that, I think we're ready to jump into the playthrough. Now, you might be wondering, well, Colin, what do these camp tiles do? There's a new action now in the game where you can do a fast travel. As long as there's no enemy in your space or an adjacent space, you can take one action and immediately move yourself back to a camp tile. We can earn camp tiles in different ways, and then when we do a rest action in a named location, so like let's say this one, we can take that earned camp tile and put it there. So it can help us get around the map more easily, especially with how big this map is. So our ranger is our first player, so let's go ahead and start with her. Our ranger can do a combination of 2 actions. She can move, that gives her 2 movement points, well for her it's 3, and then she can move her figure. She can also get a total of 6 movement points with 2 actions and split them however she needs. She can also do an explore action, that would be just revealing an adjacent tile. She has to be adjacent to it in order to do that. She can fight, since she has no ranged weapon, the enemy has to be in her space to be able to fight. She could draw an encounter card, because right now she's in a space that matches the symbols on the 2 encounter card types. So we have one encounter type that's usually a shop, and another one that's, I don't even know exactly what you call them, but they're more like city events. You can only draw 1 encounter card per location per turn, so I can't do 2 encounters in the same location. She can take an action to do a quest action. We saw that on our Into the Pit card. She can also do a camp action where she can recover 3 HP and become well rested. And then finally, she can do that fast travel action, which is new for the Atomic Bonds. So what I think I'm going to start off with is I'm going to do an explore action since I have this next to us. So we'll spend our first of our 2 actions to flip this tile over. This is a robot enemy, so I'll grab a robot token, flip it over. Oh, this is another ranged enemy. And so now we've completed our first action. Our second action, I think let's go ahead and draw an encounter card because we are in a location that we can do that. So we're going to draw 1 of the settlement cards. Before we read this encounter card, you're going to see I'm covering up as much text as I can because when you play this cooperatively, you'd have another player read these things to you. You wouldn't be able to see what the resolutions are. So I'm going to cover them up so you can't see them, and I'm trying not to look at them, and I'm going to try and make decisions just based upon what I think our characters would do. What we found in this settlement is a briefcase filled with documents about a pre-war vault. Clearly, someone has left it here by mistake. We can either look through the papers, or we could search for the briefcase owner. I feel like our ranger would be responsible and try and look for the briefcase owners. The flighty owner giggles when they see you approaching with the case. Silly me, I must have left that case 3 different places just today. It's a wonder I haven't lost it. They hand you a reward and go about their way. 1 cap, so we gain 1 cap, which is essentially $1. Cool. And then add this card. Interesting. So this is going to keep coming up. Apparently we should have looked through it. So what add this card means is we're going to take 3 more cards of this same settlement type and this card, shuffle them together and put them on top of the encounter deck. That was our ranger's 2 actions. Let's go ahead and move to Mr. Handy. Mr. Handy is adjacent to this location. Let's go ahead and reveal it. And unfortunately, all we found was a critter. Now, you can see this location that's in red. This is considered difficult terrain. It takes 2 movement points to move into there. You can see we have 1 here as well. Since we have this symbol, we have to reveal a new enemy. Oh, great. What is that? That's a bloatfly? What a gross name. I'm really trying to find a wasteland location so we can continue moving through our Into the Pit, but so far I am failing miserably. So we have 1 more action. Let's go ahead and simply move into this space with this critter, and that way if this critter does activate, it won't get the benefit of being a ranged enemy and attack us, because enemies with ranged symbols, if they get activated, they can attack you from an adjacent space, and if you don't have a ranged weapon, they get 1 auto hit on you. Our gunslinger is next. She has a ranged weapon, so I think she's just going to try and take out this raider scum. Now, there is something that I haven't talked about that came in the Atomic Bonds expansion, and that's this assist die. You can always assist another player if, let's say we had us inside the same space as this enemy, or if let's say we were attacking as the ranger, we could have the gunslinger assist us because they have a ranged attack. So it's kind of cool. But right now, no one can assist us with this attack. We can just do a regular attack against the raider scum. This raider does have a shield, so normally we'd only need to do 1 point of damage to this guy, but because he has a shield, we need to do 2 points of damage. How we deal damage is we have to roll a die that has some sort of color filled in that matches what's on his token, so either the chest or the head. Now, every one of our dice that we roll that has one of these asterisks means that we take damage equal to his level for each one of those. So with this die roll, we would do 1 point of damage to him, he'd do 1 point of damage to us. Fortunately, we get to roll 3 dice, and then because our weapon has this L symbol here, and we have the L special already filled out on our sheet, we get 1 reroll. Let's see what we get. We'll give him a roll. We've got 1 and 2. Beautiful. So we have 2 points of damage here. That's going to be enough to defeat him. He will get 1 shot out at us, so he'll do 1 point of damage to us. And then we will discard this token. We also gain XP equal to the level of his of the token itself, so we'll gain 1 XP. We'll take that point of damage, going down to 15. If ever our health matches wherever our radiation is, so let's say our radiation was at 7 and our health went down to 7 or below, we're killed. And then when we're killed, we have to put ourselves back at one of the camp tokens, we refresh our health, and then we move the token 1 space on that track, so we're closer to losing the game. Now, when we gain XP, we will put this here. We move this up 1 space. We go to the next spot that we have filled out in our special area here. So the next time we gain XP, we'll move here. And then when we gain our 3rd XP, we'll actually put it back to here and we'll level up. When we level up, we'll get to grab 2 of these random special tokens, choose one and fill it out on our board, or if we pick one that already has a token in it, we gain a perk, and those perks are pretty awesome. The other thing to note when you're killed, if you have any items in your inventory, you have to discard all of them. You do get to keep anything that's equipped though. After we defeated that raider scum, we have to spawn a new enemy, and we have to spawn it as close as possible to a symbol that's out on the board to where we defeated the enemy. That will be in the same space here, but it's going to come in inactive. What that means is essentially it's not there. Think of it's not being there, but the next time that these types of enemies get activated, this enemy will flip face up. I almost flipped it face up. It'll get flipped face up, and then it'll be active going forward. So right now we can move through there. We can do things in that space as if there's no enemy. It's just to remind us that the next time when they activate, we'll have to spawn it. Our gunslinger's second action then will just simply be to move into the same space as our ranger, and we'll end our turn, and that will end the first round. At the end of the first round, we'll draw our top activation card, and we're going to activate the critters, followed by the super mutants, and then if we were not aligned with the stars, we would push up that 1 space on the track, but we're aligned with the stars, so we can ignore that. Unfortunately, we have 1 critter right here in Mr. Handy's space. The nice thing is, since we are in the same space as him, he does not get the advantage of the 1 additional hit with his ranged attack. So all he'll do is attack us. If, let's say, he was a space 2 spaces away from us, all he would do is move 1 space closer to us. Or if he didn't have a ranged attack, let's say he was a non-ranged enemy, all he'd do is move into our space, and that's it. But since he's a ranged enemy and he's in our space, he'll attack us. The nice thing is when enemies attack you, everything's resolved the exact same way as if we were attacking them. We'll roll our 3 dice. Now Handy has absolutely no rerolls, so it's going to be what we roll, and that's it. We're fortunate enough to be able to take him out. We've got this area, which is part of what we see on his token, and we have this one hitting him in the head. Definitely took him out. But he hit us for 1, 2, 3 points of damage. But we do have our shield, so we'll block 1 of those. We'll only be hit by 2 of them. We take those 2 and multiply it by its level, which is 1. So we're going to take 2 points of damage, but we'll gain 1 XP. Certainly could be worse. I'll take that. I was kind of hoping for a little less damage than 2, but it is what it is. And, I think I moved up the wrong person, or I might have moved him up before. He should only be here at the S right now for his XP. We then, of course, need to place a critter here on the board, and now we've ended the round. Let's go ahead and start off with the ranger again. She's here. I think, she's got an edge right here. I believe she can explore, so let's go ahead and start exploring here first. Well, apparently we don't want to find any wastelands. We do have a new enemy token. Oh boy, look at this guy. This is a monster enemy, and the monster enemies, you can see here, this symbol means that if you take any damage from him, you're also going to take radiation, which is bad. Also, if you move into his space or he moves into your space, he'll activate unless you're the ranger. The ranger can actually ignore that, which is nice. The ranger's second action, I think she's going to move 3, because she can. She's going to move 1 here. She can ignore this enemy because she does not have to worry about that activation. And then 2 into here. She is now 1 space away from the Pendleton estate. We can check that one out next time. Handy over here is going to go ahead and do an explore action and flip this tile. And instead of finding a wasteland location, we found yet another settlement. And we found another critter. This one's going to come face up. Oh, yay. This rad scorpion has retreat, so if you fail to kill this enemy, it's flip face down, becoming inactive, and of course it's aggressive as well, so if you move into its space, it'll immediately attack you. At this point, I feel like I need to continue to explore, so I'm going to go ahead and move here for my 2 movement, for my second action, so I can explore over here. Where are all the wastelands? Apparently this is a very settlement-heavy area. We've got to find this guy's friend. Finally, it's our gunslinger. She's going to go ahead and do an explore action, flipping this one. There it is! Oh man, but look at that place. It's covered in radiation. And we have another critter. Let's go ahead and grab this one. Oh, what do we have? This is a rad roach. Ugh. Okay, but that was what? That was 1 action to do our explore, and I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna take the 1 radiation. We're gonna move into here, into the dead end crossing, so we can resolve our quest next turn. That means our gunslinger will take 1 radiation, and remember, when we get to 5, we will flip over this card, gain a benefit, but also a detriment. All right, that's the end of round 2. Let's flip our activation card. And we get, for activation, okay, just the robots and then the monsters. There's 1 robot way over here. He'll move here. There's 1 monster here. He'll move to here. Now, they can move onto unrevealed tiles, and they just simply move from unrevealed tile to unrevealed tile. So they can move pretty quick. Enemies will always move towards the closest character, and if they're tied, they always go towards the one that has the least amount of health. So this one will move to here. Oh, and I should also mention they ignore terrain type. So it didn't take him 2 movement to move into this location. And this one's going to move here. This one's now in range, but since they had to move to get into range, it won't attack. This one normally would immediately attack our ranger, but our ranger can ignore this symbol, and I think she's going to, because I think she's going to move out of that space next turn, and she doesn't really want to take the radiation. That'll end our second round. Let's go ahead and start off with our ranger. So I think what our ranger is going to do is just simply spend 2 of her movement to move into the Pendleton estate, and then go ahead and do an encounter there. 2 kids are playing a card game called Synth Net Rumor. That's my favorite game, you tell them. I haven't played it in years. One of the kids squints up at you and says, "Oh yeah? How about we play a game for caps?" Tell them you don't remember the rules and go shopping instead, or we can accept the challenge. Now, if we decide to accept the challenge, we're going to roll our 3 VAT dice, the dice we had before. We're looking for pips. If we can get 4 or more pips, we succeed. If we have an I or an L for our abilities, which right now we just have a P and an L, we can gain rerolls for each of those. And every time you gain a reroll, you can reroll as many dice as you want. So right now, because I have an L, I could roll the 3 dice 2 times to try and get 4 successes. That sounds like fun. Come on. Let's go ahead and roll our 3 dice, and we've got 1, 2, and nothing there. So I'm going to save the 2. I'm going to do a reroll of these 2, and we've got 2 and 2. Beautiful. 4 successes. We get to read the succeed. You break his glacier facade with your femme fatale, and it's all over after that. 3 caps, and we get to shop. Awesome. So we're going to gain 3 caps. We already have 4, so that's going to give us 7 caps to play with. I was really hoping that we would be able to do a shop action here because you can see that 3 here. That means that's a level 3 settlement. So when we get a shop action, we get to shop equal to the amount of the settlement level. That's 3. We can do 3 total shop actions. Something that's new in the Atomic Bond expansion are these modification cards. You can take shop actions and draw modification cards instead. They can be used to modify some of your apparel, your items, but right now I don't have anything. I just have 1 item. So I don't know if I'm going to do a modification yet. The first thing I'm going to do is reveal 1 additional item in the store, and then we can decide what we want to do with our $7. Here we have our 4 items. The costs are in the upper left-hand corner. We can get companions with shop actions. We just have to have the specific symbol and our special. We don't have C, so we can't take Ian. Bummer. So the first thing we'll do is we'll draw a new card to add to the shop. And we have the Addictol. During your turn, you may discard this card to lose the condition addicted. Okay, good. I don't think I'm going to get that right now. I have $7, so I can do a total of 3 actions. Action 1, and I should say our actions are we can sell any goods that we have for 1 cost less than what they have on the card itself. So technically, I could sell my Wasteland map. I could sell it for $3. I kind of want to keep it right now, though. So I'm going to do 1 purchase of $6 to buy this harpoon gun because I have the P, so I'll get a reroll, and we can ignore these abilities, the retreat and the shield icons on enemies. So yeah, I'm going to grab that, and I can immediately equip that into my 1 hand slot. And then I think with only $1 left, let's just go ahead and draw 2 modification cards. Hopefully one of them we can use on that weapon we just got. Okay, this one would have to go on to an apparel. We don't have one, but we do have that hand, which is our weapon. This is after you perform a fight action, you may perform a second fight action for free. It's a 2-shot. Heck yeah, I can put that attached to my harpoon gun. That'll end the shop action. If I happen to have more than 4 items here, I'd have to discard items from the right-hand side until I only had 4. So things always come in on the left and then push things over to the right. Well, I feel like that was a pretty solid turn. That was a sweet weapon that I just got. So for Mr. Handy, his first action is he's going to explore. We found a raider camp. This is another wasteland location. Here they are. We also are going to have to spawn one of these humanoids. We'll place them here. And we have, what is that, a raider psycho? And the new symbol here is we get to draw a loot card when we defeat him. And remember, he is aggressive, so if he moves into our space, he'd activate. We've only done 1 action. Let's go ahead and do our second action and move into, we'll go 1, 2, move into here, and immediately attack this guy. Because he's level 2, we need 2 points of damage on him. Let's give this a roll. We have, this doesn't hit, this doesn't hit. Oh, we didn't defeat him. Look at that. See, we've got 2 heads, and we've got a chest. The chest works, the 2 heads don't. And he hit us for 4 points of damage. But we do have a shield, so that shield will block one of these pips, so he only does to us 2 points of damage. But we didn't defeat him. Bummer, I was hoping to get some loot. I'll have to wait till next round. Handy's getting a little bit hammered. 1, 2, down to 12 health. I think it's safe to say we know what our gunslinger is going to do. She is definitely going to do the quest action. It feels pretty thematic that she met this friend at the Dead Ends Crossing. What a name. So you can see here we're taking that quest action in a wastelands. We're going to get to move the star up by 1. What that means right now, it says here, for each plus, gain 1 group XP, 1 camp token, or 1 group cap. I think we're kind of low on XP. I think I might have all of us take 1 XP. So that means we're all going to gain 1 XP. You can see it says group. So we could all have gained 1 group cap. We all could have gained 1 camp token. I just don't feel like I need that quite yet. So yeah, let's all gain the XP. Nobody levels up, but we'll all move us by 1. Then we're going to place a star in our space. I don't know if that really matters when we're playing cooperative because the stars aren't going to move because they are loyal to us. So, but I'll still put it there. Then we gain 2 loot cards, and then we're going to place out stage 058 and 067, and then trash this card. Let's go ahead and draw 2 items. Our first one is metal armor. This says C and A do not generate rerolls. Oh, interesting. And then our second one we have is an item. It's Aid, purified water. During your turn, you may discard this card to recover 5 HP. Cool. On the eve of war. It turns out the slave who escaped was part of a resistance group. Without his aid in Ashbury, the upcoming assault on Haven will need to be scrapped. Oh, interesting. And then over here on 67, we have Vault Rumors. Every year, a new unfortunates appear out of the wasteland, claiming to have been banished from an underground bunker made before the war by a company called Vault Tech. Perhaps it's worth investigating. And this one, we can do either one because there's no shields or stars on them. So we can either, look here, kill any humanoid, and then we can resolve this. We'd actually gain a workshop, grab the stage card 68 and trash. Or we can do a quest action at any of those many settlements we've seen and spend 4 caps to gain a workshop and then spend or find stage card 69 and trash. Since we're trying to help the slaves out here, what we can do for our 58 card is provide another individual to take the place of the deserter. We need to find the Ashbury Road, do a quest action, and give up any companion. We can say, hey, take him or her. We gain 3 XP. We grab stage 61 and 117 and trash this card. Well, that was a fun first action. Let's go ahead for our second action, shoot this rad roach. We are using a long-range weapon. They do not have a ranged weapon, so we automatically have 1 hit, which is really all we need. We still have to roll dice to see if he'll do damage to us, because if he deals any damage to us, we're going to take rad damage. And I should mention that rad damage is equal to their level. So for him, it's 1. Yeah, he definitely hits us. He hits us for 2 points of damage, and we'll take 1 rad damage. Wait a second. We get to do a reroll because we're using our gun. Come on, Colin. Come on, miss, miss, miss. No, instead we got hit for 3 damage. Why did I reroll those? We'll take that 1 rad damage up to 2, 3 damage because I blasted rerolled. But we did gain 1 XP, which means this will go off of here, And now we can grab, for our level up, 2 of these tokens but in random. So we'll grab these 2. We can either get an L, which we already have, or a P, which we already have. Seriously? Okay, so it doesn't matter which one we pick. We'll pick the P. We already have the P, so because of that, we don't get to put this on our board. Instead, we'll grab a P perk. Here we have our 3 P perks we can choose from. You know that because at the bottom, you can see the P is highlighted. That tells you these are the P perks. They're one-time strong abilities. We either have Concentrated Fire, discard during a fight to choose 1 die, change each other die to match that result. We have Night Person, discard to place your figure in any space on the map, then you may perform a fight, quest, or encounter action. Oh, that's cool. Or Sniper, discard to be a sniper until the end of your turn. You can target any enemy on the map when you fight using a ranged weapon. This enemy does not inflict wounds. Whoa, we can just take an enemy out at range. Okay, I like Sniper and the Night Person. But the Night Person, I think I'm going to grab, but Camp Time. Oh, the Sniper, though, we can just take out any enemy. But really, the thing about this game is it's helpful to take out enemies, but it's usually not what's required. So I'm going to grab the Night Person, I think. We've all done our 3rd turn. Let's go ahead and flip. Oh, we have another star. We've got critters activating, followed by the robots. We have 1 critter here that's going to move 1 space closer to Mr. Handy. We're going to have this critter flip face up. And I forgot to place a critter over on the other side of the board where we had our gunslinger take out an enemy. So I'm going to put that one there and flip that one up. That's right here. So we'll just flip this guy face up. We're good to go. For our robots, we got this one moving 1 step away from our ranger. And the one way up here, it's going to move 1 space closer to our team. Well, there you have it. That's the end of round 3. Let's move on to round 4. To start off with our ranger, she is equipped and ready to rock. And I think the first thing she's going to do is try and take out this robot. We can attack from an adjacent location. We don't get the 1 additional auto hit because he does have a ranged attack. We only need to do 2 points of damage to him. Now remember, we have our harpoon gun and it has a P symbol, so that means we get to do a reroll once. And it states that after you perform a fight action, you may perform a second fight action for free. That is definitely what we're going to do. So we'll do our first roll. Let's see, we've got 1 point of damage here. Both of these are misses. So let's go ahead and do a reroll on these 2. And beautiful. We got him. But oh man, he's going to hit us hard. He's going to hit us for 1, 2, 3 points of damage. 3 times 2 is 6. He just hit us for 6 points of damage, but we did gain 2 XP and take out this robot. 6 damage is a bit brutal. We're going to go all the way from 16 down to 10. Ow. 2 XP, though, means we get to level up. So we're going to move here, and then we're going to move off. That'll move us to here. So I'm going to grab 2 random tokens. Hopefully they're not P's and L's. We have either a C or we have an E. Let's go ahead and do the C this time. So we'll pop this here. And then we're going to have to respawn a new robot since we just took this robot out. Our closest one is right here, so we'll just place this face down. And now let's get our free attack on this guy. We're looking for headshots against this glowing one. Let's see. We've got, oh, look at that. 1, 2 headshots. I'm definitely going to use our reroll to reroll this one. Beautiful. That has been a ton of damage. We're going to suffer a total of 4 damage, and we're going to suffer 2 rads, so we're going to increase our radiation by 2. The reason being because that's his ability. We're also going to gain 2 XP. And just because I'm here, I'm going to show you I'm putting a new one down right here. Well, we just gained 2 XP, so we'll move this 1, 2. We took 4 damage, so we're going to go from 10 down to 6, and we suffered 2 radiation. Oh man, we're at 2. Remember, if either of these 2 get into the same space, we are essentially killed. So I think, because remember, that was a free action. I think for our second action then, what we're going to do is simply rest. And we're going to heal 3 HP. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, up to 9. Mr. Handy here is going to try his luck again against this Raider Psycho. Let's attack him. Let's roll 3 dice. We get no re-rolls. I think 1, that will work. This one we can hit him in the feet too. Perfect. We hit him for the 2 points of damage. He hits us for a total of 2 times the 2 here is 4, but we have 1 shield. So we're only going to take 2 damage, and we're going to be able to gain 1 loot card. We'll grab our loot deck here, and let's flip this top one up. We have Gorus. This is a companion. During a fight, exhaust to suffer no damage. If you have 2 or fewer special tokens, keep this companion when on exhaust. Okay, so what that means is we can use him, he'll become exhausted. Then when we do a camp or that rest action, we have to unexhaust him. If when that happens and we unexhaust him, we'll have more than 2 special tokens, which is going to happen because we just leveled up with that defeating this guy, then he will be discarded. Let's go ahead and level up first. We won't move this off of here because we only have the S and the E. And so that means we'll level up, and then we'll get our second XP to go there. We can either choose an L or an I. Let's choose the L. What do you say? And that's luck. I like luck. And then we're going to take 2 damage. So we're going to go from 12 down to 10. We'll also have to place a new enemy face down here. And now we've also completed a quest. Many of the Vault Exiles are caught by raiders. You might be able to get something off of one of them. So we just killed one of those raiders. We will get a workshop upgrade. Remember, we need 3 for one of our goals. We're also going to stage out card 068 and trash this one. Here we have our workshop cards. We'll reveal the top one. It says Generator, Vault Tech Reactor. Each survivor gains 2 XP for each generator upgrade in play, including this one. So that means we all gain 2 XP. That means our ranger is going to level up, so I'll do her in a second. We also have Signs of Life. The raiders had one of the vault dwellers' wrist-mounted computers on them. With this, you should be able to contact the people on the inside of the vault or interact with its computer. So we can either, there are some supposed exiles from the vault around town. One of them might be able to show you how to use the Pitt Bay. We can spend an action at any of the settlements and get 4 successes to get 71 and get another one of those workshop upgrades. Or we can just spend an action at Vault 84 with any companion, and that'll gain us 4 XP, that one person, and then add 71 and trash this. With the 2 XP, our ranger will go 1 and then come back over here to the beginning for 2, and that means she will level up. She will grab either an I, we can take that one, or an A. I don't really know. Right now, we're gonna do with an A. We're gonna go with an A for now. So I've got one more action. We know we're trying to find Ashbury Road, and I know the Ashbury Road are in one of these green tiles. So the question becomes, do we want to do an encounter, or do we want to just keep moving? Let's just keep moving. We need to keep moving. I really want to do an encounter, but I'm going to move here, so that way I'll be able to explore this one and potentially this one next round. So we'll end this round with doing our gunslinger. And the first thing she'll do is she'll do an explore action on this tile. And we certainly didn't find Ashbury Road. Instead, we found Highway 74. Look at that, and look at all this gross stuff. Yeah, I don't want to go there. That place is all destroyed. So what do I want to do for my second action? I feel like it's as good a time as any to use our night person ability here. We're going to place our figure on any space on the map. Just know that by doing this, we've discarded that perk. It's a one-time ability. So then I think for our second action, we're going to go ahead and flip this one over for an explorer. And what do you know? We found the Ashbury Road. That's awesome. And a critter. We'll place this guy here. But that was awesome. Now, I did forego. I could have done a free quest or an encounter, but I felt like with timing in this game, I haven't played it enough cooperatively to fully know, but I feel like I'm going to run out of time fast, so I felt like this was better. That was her second action, so that's going to end the round. That means it's time to flip our card here, and we have, we're still not moving up that shield. That means 2 out of the 4 of these cards left, we're going to be placing out these shield enemies, which isn't good. So we've got the biotech and then the monsters. Well, we have no mutants on the board, but we do have a monster here and a monster here that will both activate or just flip face up. That will end the enemy phase. We'll start off with our ranger. I think the first thing I'm going to do as the ranger is I'm going to try and do that quest action to learn a little bit more about the vault and see if we can find some information there. I need 4 successes. I have an L, so I get 1 reroll. Let's see how we do. 1, 2. Okay, come on. Just 1 success on each of these will be good. No, I didn't get it. So I believe I can do that a second time. So I'm going to take my second action to do it again. Come on, because it's encounters you can only do once. Oh, I got 1 success. I'm just going to re-roll it. Maybe I can get a 2. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Close, but no cigar. So we tried to learn something. You know what we learned? A whole lot of nothing. That's going to end her turn. Mr. Handy, on the other hand, will have much more success because this is guaranteed. He's going to move himself into Ashbury Road and then do the quest action on the main quest. Now, when I first read this, I thought that when it said any companion, that meant I had to discard a companion to show that I was able to do this. I have confirmed now that that is not the case. I just have to have a companion, and I definitely have that. I have Goris, so I have that. I'm at Ashbury Road, so I'll take that second action. That means we're going to push up the star by 1, which means we can either get 1 group XP, 1 group cap, or we can get a camp token. I'm going to grab that camp token, and the next time that someone does a rest action then in a named location, we can put that camp token down. We're also going to stage cards 61 and 117. I've got a fever. A Dr. Deal has surfaced in one of the local settlements. No one knows exactly where she came from, but she's paying good caps for a sample of chemicals she calls FAV. We can either kill an enemy with one of those loot token symbols to have a lead on a looter who stole something matching that description, or we don't trust the doctor, pay for some information on her. We have to go to a raider camp and spend 3 caps. We also have Break the Chains. Asher is living on borrowed time. His lieutenants are missing and his compound is compromised. There's little hope remaining for the slaver overlord. Nice, that's what I want to see. The only option we can do here is ensure the job is completed. You can guess what that job is. We have to go to the haven, draw and fight a human, and then apply +1 to its level. If we succeed, I'm assuming we have to defeat that enemy, we get +1 to our star again and then place a shield at the bridge, 3 XP at stage 64 and 157. Finally for this round, our gunslinger gets to go, and I think she's going to go ahead and move into Ashbury Road as well. And since our ranger was pretty terrible at figuring out information about Vault 84, we're going to give it a shot here. We have the L for special, so we get 1 reroll here. Let's see what we get. We get 4 successes. Easy peasy. I mean, a lone gunslinger can find out way more than a ranger can. This means we get another workshop upgrade and 71 comes out. This is our second out of 3 that we need. We have the Tinker's Workbench. Gain 1 junk card from the loot deck or discard pile for each workbench upgrade in play, including this one. Then shuffle the discard pile into the loot deck. Well, we only have 1 workbench, so we'll gain this 1 junk card. This will go into our inventory. Our gunslinger has 2 items in her inventory. And we have our second upgrade. We need 1 more. Just so you know, card 71 is actually a vault card, an 84 vault card to be exact. What we need to do is just set up a new encounter pile now of 84 cards. If we find vault 84, we can do an encounter there to draw this one. Well, that felt like a pretty solid round. Let's go ahead and activate. There it is finally. We're going to have critters, humans, and then we're going to do the shields. Well, there's 1 critter that's going to be a problem, but let's do all the other ones right now. This one is definitely the closest this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to go this way. This one's going to go here. The humanoids, we're just going to flip 1 up here and flip this one up here. We have 1 human way up here. He's going to move onto this tile because he can do that. Also, this shield enemy will move 1 space forward. But we do have this fire ant here that is ranged. How could an ant be ranged? That's a crazy fire ant. So he can attack. He doesn't have to move. And Mr. Handy has less health, so he's going to attack Mr. Handy. And Mr. Handy doesn't have a ranged weapon, so he has 1 automatic hit. But he does have a shield, so he's going to negate that. So it's just going to be whatever we roll for the fire ant. We need 2 hits right up top to be able to take him out. And we've got 1 and 2. Beautiful. We actually did take him out, so we're going to gain 2 XP. He's going to hit us for 2 points of damage, though. That does mean we'll spawn another one face down in that location. 2 damage will go down to 8 from the 10. And 2 XP will go 1, 2 to go here, and we level up. Let's grab 2 tokens. We either have an A, awesome, or an A. Well, I think we're going to take an A. What do you guys think? Next, the shield is going to increase by 1, and now we need to read the activation. Currently, there's only 1 shield in play, so we need to read this 0 through 2. If we had 3 or more in play, we would just advance the shield another space. Yes, we've got to be very careful. And remember, those shields are slavers. What we need to do is we need to place a shield, a slaver, at the nearest unexplored tile to the crossroads camp. If there are no unexplored tiles, place this at the mill. I would say our nearest unexplored tile is 1, 2, this one right here, so we'll place that here. Now we have 2 shields out on the board, so I really want to get rid of 1. Well, I mean, I could have 1 more activation and be okay. I just don't want to have 3 on the board. Okay, now we're going to go back to the ranger. For our ranger's first action, she's going to go ahead and do a camp action. And that means she'll be able to place a camp token here because this is a named location. I feel like that's a pretty awesome place for that. She's also going to heal by 3. She'll go from 9, 1, 2, 3 to 12. Then we can move a total of 3 spaces. So we're going to move 2 here and 1 here. So next time we can reveal this, find what this is or where he is, and kill him. Mr. Handy is going to go ahead and spend 2 movement, 1, 2, to move into the raider camp. And then his second action, he's going to try and attack, what is this regulator? Now, this regulator is ranged, but we moved into his spot, so that way he doesn't get any additional hits on us. We'll roll up. Oh, man. We totally took him out, though. All 3 of these will hit. He only had 2 that we needed to do, but he will hit us for 2 times 2, 4 points of damage. But we do gain a loot token and 2 XP. And, of course, we'll spawn another one of these face down. We'll gain that 2 XP going to the E and then the A here. And we will take 2 damage, so we'll go from 8 down to 6. And then we will draw 1 loot token, and we get Fistful of Caps. Immediately discard this card, then gain 3 caps. Beautiful. Mr. Handy now has 6 beautiful caps. I think we're going to want to look for Vault 84, so I think for our Gunslinger, we're just going to move here for 1. Oh man, we could have an encounter here, and then move. Let's do the encounter this time, and then we'll move here, hopefully, and then next time we can explore. As you browse the market, a boisterous man in bright clothing approaches you, gesticulating dramatically. He tells you of your imminent fame and fortune. You need only purchase from him the deed for a local gold mine. Absolutely safe, he claims, and ripe for profit. A mere 1,000 caps and you'll be rich. 1,000? I can either choose that is not going to happen, or I can buy the deed by spending 1,000 caps. Considering I have 3, I think I'm going to have to choose the first one. Incredulous, you go about your business. At least the bizarre occurrence seems to have drummed up activity in the marketplace. Shop +1. Okay, our shop level was only a 1 here, so that will give us 2 actions. Here are 4 items. We can go ahead and grab 1 new one. And, oh, we have the Tom pistol. This has the A. During a fight, if you spend a double hit result, exhaust this card. While this card is exhausted, it is treated as having no icons. Okay. What I actually think I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this metal armor. It's going to give me $3. I have 3 already. And then I'm going to go ahead and buy this singed duster. It gives me that 1 armor. And then during a test that uses A or L, add 1 hit. I kind of like that way better than this one, which said C and A do not generate rerolls. I didn't really like that. So then we'll go ahead and place this new pistol right here. Our second action then will be to simply move to here. That way we could potentially assist. You know, I think we had a fight and she totally could have assisted and I forgot about it. I wanted to show you guys and I forgot. Let's go ahead and activate our next enemy card. And we have critters followed by mutants, which we still don't have any on the board. Critters, on the other hand, we have tons of. We will flip this one. This one's going to go to the one that has the least amount of health. Of course, that's going to be Mr. Handy. This one is going to move here, 1 space away from Mr. Handy. Let's see, this one over here is going to take 1 step towards our ranger. And unfortunately, this one, you guys, is aggressive, so it's immediately going to attack Mr. Handy. The nice thing is, our gunslinger is next to us, and she's going to go ahead and assist us. Why the heck not? We only need 1 point of damage. Well, that's because she can get hurt, Colin, that's why. But we're still going to do it. Yeah, and she is going to get hurt. And her attack, though, did hit, which is what we need. Oh, Mr. Handy. Mr. Handy, you're going to get hit for, he negates one of these, 2 points of damage. Our gunslinger is going to take 1 point of damage, and then we all get 1 XP. That does mean we're going to spawn another one of these face down. 1 XP for Mr. Handy is great, but 2 more points of damage. He's going to need to heal. He's at 4. Our gunslinger will just take 1 point of damage, and her 1 XP will help her level up. I better not flip a P or an L. Let's see. I've got this one. That's an A. And this one, that's an S. Well, A's, we definitely want an A, I think. So let's grab the A, put it here. And then just so you know, let's say we had assisted with a level 3 or a level 2 enemy, and that enemy was defeated, we'd still only gain 1 XP as the assisting player, but we do get 1 XP. Let's move now to our ranger, and let's go ahead and reveal this tile for her first action. And you know what we found? A hole. That looks terrible. And we're going to place a monster there. Now, if there's ever an enemy on an unrevealed token, when you reveal it, you get to choose where you want to put it. I could put it here, but that's silly. I want to be able to attack it, so I'm going to put it right next to us. We're now going to attack it as our second action. Right now, this slaver is considered to be at a level 1 because this is at the level 1 space. He is a ranged character, so that means we don't get 1 auto hit on him. So we get 1 reroll. We're looking for heads and arms. We'll roll this up. I have none of that. None of these are heads or arms. Oh boy. Yeah, this is our 1 free reroll. Let's see. We have no heads or arms on any of these. No, so we didn't hit him at all. And instead, he's going to hit us for 1 point of damage. That'll put us down to 11 health. Now, here's the thing. We have that modification. We get a free fight test after we do a fight test. Come on. We need to hit this guy. We really need to hit this guy. It doesn't help when I throw a die way off the board. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's our one that we have that we need. But look at how much he hit us for. 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage. Oh, wait. Did I do a reroll? I don't think I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this one because that's good. I'm going to reroll these. Couldn't really get much worse. Yeah, we only then got hit for 3 points of damage instead of 4. And we'll gain 1 XP, and we'll remove the shield from the board. The nice thing is when you remove the shield, you don't add a new one. That was not fun. 3 damage, 1, 2, 3, and 1 XP. We'll move ourselves to the P. All right, now we're at Mr. Handy. Mr. Handy doesn't trust doctors. Heck, he's a machine. Machines definitely don't trust doctors. So what he's going to do at that raider camp, he's going to spend some 3 out of his $6 to learn a little bit more about this gal or guy. So he's going to get a workshop upgrade, and that's going to be our 3rd one, so we're going to have that goal done. And he's going to grab 2 loot cards. So let me grab both of those now. We have a Boufquet, whatever that is. It's a drug. We can't even use that. We can put it in our inventory. And our other one is a Psycho. It's also a drug, so we can't use that. But we can at least hold it and hopefully trade it with our Gunslinger. We're also going to grab stage 119. Before we read our card, let's go ahead and reveal that 3rd workshop. And we have another generator. Each survivor gains 2 XP for each generator upgrade in play. Beautiful. That just means we gain 4 XP each. 4 XP for our Ranger. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to level up. Let's grab 2 tokens. Come on, be an S. Okay, an E will work. That'll definitely work. And an I. Oh, either of those work. Let's grab the I. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If someone gets another one, that'll be our 2nd goal completed. For Mr. Handy, he'll gain 1 XP. Let's have him level up. I have to remember he has 3 more XP that's coming. He can either take an S, which isn't helpful, or an A. So he's going to have to do an upgrade or a perk, which is fine. So that was 1, and we've got 3 more. 2, 3, 4 right here. And we'll grab a perk in a second. Let's first do our other upgrade for our Gunslinger. She would move 1, 2, 3, 4 right back where she's at. Let's go ahead and grab 2. She can either grab an E, which she doesn't have, or a C. No one has a C, so let's go ahead and put a C on here. Put this E back. Mr. Handy is definitely going to get the Action Boy. Discard to perform 2 additional actions. We have Mad Science. Shocking no one, the information on the doctor reveals that she's practicing dangerous science. Duh. She had to flee east after she was run out of town from her for her experiments, some of which she brought with her. We can either eliminate her, but that might expose us to the her experiments, or her work could be quite profitable. Kill one of her past experiments to sell it on the black market. Ooh. Mr. Handy's 2nd action, he'll simply move into the same space as we have our Gunslinger. Our Gunslinger is then going to do a camp action as well. She'll heal by 3, but that also means she can trade with Mr. Handy, which is exactly what I wanted. Our Gunslinger is actually our healthiest one, but the heal action allows us to give this junk item over to Mr. Handy. Why that's important is it says here you may keep 2 additional, blah, blah, blah. If you have at least 1 junk card in your inventory, increase your shield by 1. That's going to mean he's not going to take so much gosh darn damage. So we're going to give that to him. He's then going to give us both of these. Action 2 then, we'll go ahead and explore this tile. While we still have no Vault 84, we have another humanoid enemy right here, and we have the Red Rocket Station. That'll end this round. Let's go ahead and draw our enemy activation card. But before that, I do want to show you, we did complete. We have 3 workshops now. I'm hoping somebody will be able to get their 6th one to complete this one, and if we can find that vault, the 84 vault, maybe have someone push through that one. I'm hoping that those are the 3 we're going to do, because so far, apparel, we don't have a ton of non-starting apparel. We'll flip our enemy activation card, and we have another shield. Humanoids, robots, shield. We'll do humanoids first. This one is going to move to here. Let's see, there's a humanoid here. He'll move to here. We've got a humanoid we're just going to flip up here, and we have a humanoid over here who's going to come into this spot. We need to do robots then. This robot's just going to flip face up. The robot way up here is going to move onto this tile, and then this shield is going to move to here. we are going to have to move the shield up by 1, and we're going to have to place a shield at the closest unrevealed tile from the crossroads. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It could be any of those ones. I'm going to go ahead and place it here to make my life easier. I think I can do that. And then on the sheet itself, now they're going to be at level 2. While Mr. Handy and our gunslinger are just sitting around on the far corner of the map, we're going to keep pressing on over here with our ranger. Our ranger will spend 1 action to explore this tile. And well, what do you know? We found Vault 109. We were looking for Vault 84. We can't do anything there until we draw a card that would make Vault 109 cards show up. So we know it's there, but we don't know what to do with it. We also have to spawn another monster here. And our shield token is going to go here. I think we have to. It's slowing us down, but you know, I could take the chance because we know that I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to take the chance. We can move 3 spaces, you guys, as the ranger. And although normally this enemy would immediately activate and attack us, we can ignore that. So I think we're going to run as the ranger. The reason for doing this is we have to get to this haven way up here to do our quest action. And I'm going to run out of time real fast. So I'm going to sneak past these guys. I have 3 movement. I'm going to move 1 into here. 2, which this area is not bio or not radiated. This one is and this one is. We've avoided both of those. But for our 3rd action, we're going to move into this spot. This spot does have radiation, so we're going to take 1 rad. At this point, I'm trying to get her to 5, I think. See what her mutation is going to be. But I do need to watch her health. I know this is a really pathetic use for the 2 additional actions, but look at Mr. Handy. 1, 2, 3. He's got 3 health. I'm going to discard this to do 2 camp actions right off the bat. So that's going to allow us to go from 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're at 10. Oh, that gives us a little space. I think then we're just going to continue to press on. We're going to move 1, 2. We don't have to worry about the rads because, hey, we're a machine. Who cares about radiation? We then can explore either of these 2 tiles. Let's go ahead and do this one first. And we found a super duper mart. And inside of that mart, we have a raider scum. Ugh. For our gunslinger, I think she's just going to try and take out some guys here. She's going to first attack this raider psycho. She's got tons of health. If she takes him out, remember, she's ranged, he's not, so we already have 1 automatic hit. We only need 1. We'll get a loot card, and then we can try and take this guy out. Once again, he's not ranged, so we get 1 auto hit on him. If we take him out, we get 1 cap. You can see that C there. So that's how I'm thinking of doing. We've got 1 auto hit on this guy, and we have 1 reroll. I need to hit his feet. Beautiful. I got him there. He did hit us for 2, but we have 1 armor, so we'll block this one. So he did 2 points of damage to us, and we just took him out. We'll gain 1 loot card, and that loot card will be a fistful of caps. So we'll discard this and gain 3 caps. We'll also have to place one of these face down back into the raider camp. And the 2 points of damage will have us go from 14 down to 12. I'm just going to stay right here with our camera because we're going to go ahead and attack this second guy for our 2nd action. We have 1 auto hit on him already. Let's roll these up. We needed either a head or arms. Arms. Beautiful. We got him here. I think I'm just going to take the hit because we'll block one of these. He did 2 more points of damage to us. That will put us down to 10. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to gain my XP with the other guy. So I'm going to gain 4 XP with this 2 attack. I'm also going to grab another cap. So I now have 4 caps. And I'm going to have to spawn another one of these guys on the board as close as possible to where I defeated that enemy. So you can see we suffered a bit of damage, but the 4 XP, 1, 2, 3, 4, means we're 1 away from leveling up. And we now have 4 caps. That'll end this round. Let's flip. We have activating humanoids, which I just totally took out, so they're just going to come back, and monsters. Let's start with humanoids. I see 1 here. He's going to take 1 step. He's still not even in range of Mr. Handy. We have a monster here, so he'll take 1 step this way. This humanoid will take 1 step this way to try and get closer to our ranger. We have a monster here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think the monster is going to go this way. We have a monster here. He's going to go this way. We have a humanoid. He's probably going to go this way. And we've got 2 humanoids here that are just going to get themselves slipped back up. I think we just might have seen these guys recently. This is where it gets a little bit insane. I'm hoping I'm catching everybody. If I missed any, I apologize. We'll start the next round with our ranger. Our ranger is way up here, so she's going to move 1, 2, 3 for her first action. And then her second action is she's going to try and take out that shield. Remember now, he's worth 2 XP. He's also a ranged enemy, so we don't get that automatic hit. And we can only hit him on his head and his arms. Oh, but we do get 2 shots at him. You know, I took a quick look at the dice, and there's no way we're going to be able to take that slaver out without taking at least 6 points of damage. So instead, let's rest. We're going to go from 8 up to 11. That's our camp, and we're going to end our turn. Mr. Handy then will go ahead and do his first action and explore. And instead of finding Vault 84, we found the boxcar. The only nice thing is there's no enemies. So then our second action will just be to move 1, 2, and that should mean this last green tile over here should be Vault 84, unless I forgot that it's not in the green tiles, but I'm pretty sure it's in the green tiles. I really wanted our gunslinger to be able to do the fast travel action. The problem is this enemy is revealed and active. We cannot do a fast travel when we're adjacent to an enemy. Bummer. So I'm going to go ahead and attack him first, so hopefully my second action I can do that. He does have a shield, so that means I need to get 2 successes to take him out. He is also ranged, so I don't get the 1 auto success on him. We need 2 hits, and we have 1 reroll. We only have 1 hit right now, so let's go ahead and reroll both of these. And that should definitely work. We got a headshot and a chest shot. We've got 2 hits from him, but we do have 1 shield, thanks to our singed duster. So that means we only took 1 point of damage. We'll go from 10 down to 9, and we'll gain 1 XP, which actually will allow us to level up. And of course, we're going to place one of these face down in the raider camp. Let's go ahead and grab 2 of these, and we've got these 2. We've got an L and an E. Oh, beautiful. We can have the E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we need 1 more to get that second goal done. Our second action then will be to do our fast travel. We're going to travel all the way over to here. That's going to end our round. Let's draw our next activation card. And let's hope we don't get the shield. And we did. So we're going to have to do critters, humanoids, and then the shield. Let's do critters first. This one's going to move 2 spaces here. This one's going to move 1 here. This is going to get flipped up. This one's going to move 1 to here. None of those are critters. Nope. Then we've got humanoids. This one's going to move here. This is a humanoid. We've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, yep, this one's going to actually move this way. There's no other... Oh, yeah, I just did that one. Here we go. Here's a humanoid. This one's going to move. And then for shields, this one's going to get adjacent to our gunslinger. And unfortunately, this one is already adjacent to our ranger, so she is going to get attacked by that slaver. That means he's going to attack us. Let's give these dice a roll. We've got 1 hit here. I think I'm going to keep this one. Reroll both of these. Come on, hit him. Beautiful. I got him for 2 points of damage. The arms for 1, the head for here. I've got 2 hits for us. That means we take 4 points of damage, but we did take him off of the board, and we're going to gain a loot token. Our loot token / card is Marcus. During a test that uses S, E, or I, exhaust, add 1 hit. If you have at least 3 special tokens, keep this companion when it's exhaust. Awesome. I definitely have 3 or more, so I'll be able to keep him forever. Well, we're going to get hit by 4 points of damage. Whew. But 2 XP I will take. 1, 2. We're then going to move this 1 space forward, and since we still have 0 through 2 on the board, we actually only have 1 because we took that one out. We'll be placing our second one out on the board, closest unexplored tile to our beginning camp tile. Our beginning camp tile is here, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, so it could be either one. Definitely going to pick this one. To start this next round, our raider's going to go behind the enemy lines, and then she's going to camp. Because otherwise she's going to die if she tries to do that encounter there. She'll move from that 7 to the 10. She's probably then going to do another camp action before she tries to draw and fight a human. All right, Mr. Handy, please tell me this is Vault 84. Let's reveal this tile. And it most certainly is. Look at that. We finally found Vault 84. And we have a critter in our way. So I think our second action, we're just going to... We've got enough health. Let's move right into here. If he attacks us, fine. Next round, then we'll be able to move into the vault, and we can encounter card 71. Our gunslinger is not too fond of that doctor. She's going to go ahead and attack her. She has to be at a level 3 or a higher settlement. This settlement is level 3. Beautiful. So that will work. We have to draw and fight a human. If you suffer any damage, you're going to become a super mutant, and then grab stage 120. So let's go ahead and grab one, and oh yeah, this guy's level 2, but at least he'll give us some loot. Let's go ahead and attack this Psycho Doctor, and we do have a reroll. Okay, this one's good, and this one's good. Actually, all of these are good. I'm definitely going to keep this one. I'll keep that one. And let's reroll this one, hoping for no hits. Beautiful. That's no hits. Awesome. So we do have 2 hits here. That means we'd suffer 4 points of damage, but we have 1 armor. So it's down to 2 points of damage, and that means we're going to become a super mutant. We're also going to get a loot and 2 XP. Let's see. We're going to grab this one, and we have Raider armor. Well, we only have 1 armor. This one says, during a fight with an enemy that has range, this gives you 1 shield. No, I'm just going to discard this. I've got my inventory is full. This doesn't seem great. We'll take the 2 damage. We'll go down to 7 health. We'll gain the 2 XP. We'll level up. And then we have 1 more. It kind of depends upon what we have from here. So I'm going to grab these. We've got an A, which we already have, and an S, which we don't have. Beautiful. Let's grab that. And we'll move to here. And I think that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. We have all 6. That's awesome. We're also going to have to grab this super mutant token and put it here. It has no inherent ability, but cards might reference it. So right now we're a super mutant gunslinger. We also gained a workshop with that. So we'll grab one of these, and it says we have a radio beacon. Gain 1 camp token for each fast travel upgrade in play, including this one. So we're going to gain 1. Beautiful. That means next round, when I have my ranger take her rest, she can go ahead and put a camp tile all the way over there so we can jump there. Wow, that would be awesome. We also have the I'm a monster. A blinding pain courses through you as the serum racks and mutates your body. You become a monster. Dr. Dale does not seem surprised by this. After taking her readings and doing some work, she outlines her plan for some kind of cure to this condition. It requires a sample from a prime specimen. So we could acquire the sample to cure yourself. We have to be a super mutant and kill a super mutant overlord. Then we can lose the trait. Or we can screw curing mutants. This serum could sell well. We could kill a super mutant overlord and then gain 5 caps, gain another workshop, and put out stage 125. Well, that was a good first action. Let's go ahead and draw an encounter card for our second action. And we've seen this card before. We found that blasted briefcase again. This time, we're definitely looking through the papers. Let's grab stage 190 and trash this one. We have found the Vault of the Future. Whispers of a still-sealed vault hidden beneath the surface of the lake reaches your ears. Most of the known vaults have either been looted or transformed into thriving settlements, so you jump at the chance to learn more about it. Sweet talk those in the know for info, or wait near Vault 7 for someone who looks like they know what they're doing. Oh, we need to find Vault 7. But at any, which is actually where we are, we could test C, spend 5 caps, spend 1 fury cap for each success that we get for our test. So we just have to do our test, see how many successes we get. We could reroll if we have a C, and then we have to spend caps for the difference, which we might actually be able to do that. 2 XP, add 1 to 9 stage. I kind of think we might do that next round. This is so much fun, you guys. I love all of the side quests in this game. Super awesome. Unfortunately, though, the enemies do not stop. Let's go ahead and reveal our next one. We still don't have any of these mutants, but we do have a lot of critters. Well, we have one critter here that will attack Mr. Handy, of course. This one actually can move 2 spaces, so it's going to move 2 spaces here, but it's not into Mr. Handy's space. We've got one here that's going to move here. We've got this one that's going to move here. Well, actually, I think he's closer this way. We have this one that's going to take a step here, and I think that's it for the critters. And you guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I missed flipping this guy over last time, so I flipped him over now so that he is flipped and ready and activated. I'll say this is the part I like the least, is trying to manage all the blasted enemies and figuring out which ones need to activate. Mr. Handy still has no rerolls, but he does have 2 armor. So let's see what we get. We got hit for 2 damage here. Let's see, we could hit for this one and hit for this one. Actually, so we took him out, and he did no damage to us because we've got 2 armor. I love that. We'll gain 2 XP as well. That also means in our space, we're going to be dropping this one because that's where that enemy spawned from before. 2 XP is perfect, just enough to level up. So we'll grab 2 tokens. We've got either an L, which we already have, or an E, which we already have. So that means we get to choose a perk. I think I'm just going to grab this Fortune Finder. We can discard this to gain 8 caps. So yeah, on our turn, we'll just gain a ton of caps. Well, I think it's safe to say we know what we're doing with our Ranger. We're going to take that camp action. We're going to heal by 3, place our camp token here. We'll heal up 3, going to 13. And now let's do our encounter. We need to draw and fight a human and apply a level +1 to him. Well, we found a Raider Scum. He has 1 shield, but you got to remember, we have our harpoon gun. It gets rid of that shield. So we just need 2 total successes to take him out. We also have 1 reroll. Come on, let's do it. Okay, this one would hit him, this one would hit him, and this one would hit him. So let's keep those 2, and let's reroll the double hit. Oh, perfect. So we're going to take a total of 4 damage, because remember, he's a level 2. We'll gain 2 XP, and we just defeated this guy. We just finished the job. 2 XP, I will definitely take. 4 damage, we'll go down to 9 from 13. Yep. And we've completed that quest card. That means we have 1 star here. So what we're going to do is grab another camp token. We'll set that to the side. The next time someone takes a camp action in a named location, we can drop that. We have to place a shield at the bridge. We're also going to gain 3 XP, so I'll do that in a second, and then grab stage 64 and 157. We'll gain that 3 XP, 1, 2, so that means we're going to level up. Let's grab from over here, and we either have an S or a P. S we'll definitely put here. Great. And let's now grab our 2 cards. 157 is Can't Touch This. Meitner and Somerville have been rivals for years. What started as a small dispute has escalated to a violent feud. This time, Meitner has crafted an indestructible bunker, and Somerville is fixing up something she found in the wasteland to bust inside that bunker. We can either steal the prototype, or we can help Somerville fix up her device. We also have Bear With Me. The price of teddy bears is on the rise. Yes, you heard that right. Despite Asher's death, the slavers have not disbanded. At their head, Sandra, a scientist of some dispute, is offering competitive prices for bears. For some reason, this has revitalized the slavers. Or rallied, whichever way you want to put it. Whatever she's looking for, you can't let her find it. Purchase and hide several teddy bears. Okay. We have to take an action, spend any number of caps, and place them on this card. Place the 10th cap on this card. When we do, we succeed and grab 66 and 148. Wow, we're going to need a lot of caps. Well, I'm just realizing that Mr. Handy could get a lot of caps. So I actually have an idea. What we're going to do is we're going to spend our first action to move here. Our second action, we're going to do our camp action because I grabbed that camp token. You guys, this is totally falling into place and I wasn't planning on it. That's awesome. We're going to place this camp token here, and that's going to allow people to fast travel over to the vault. I like that. Mr. Handy will also heal by 3, so he'll go from 10 to 13. Before I move to our gunslinger, I do need to remember that we can flip over this goal. We have one character that has 6 special symbols. Beautiful. We only need to do 1 more of these. Well, and get this, our super mutant gunslinger is sitting here right at Pendleton Estate. We can go ahead and do a quest action on our Can't Touch This and potentially gain some 4 caps. So let's go ahead and do this. And not only that, we have our Singed Duster, and it says during a test that uses A or L, which this one uses both actually, we're going to add 1 hit. So we already have 1 hit. We only need 3 more, and I get 3 rerolls because I have P, A, and L. Wow. So looking for 3 with 3 rerolls. 1, we've got 3 right there. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and grab our workshop. For our first item, we have a lab, a rad lab. At any camp token, we can spend a quest action to spend 3 caps and recover 3 radiation. Then resolve the effect of another lab upgrade that you have not used this turn without spending caps. Well, that's cool. So we have that out available to us. We'll gain 4 caps, so that means we have a total of 8. And then we'll grab stage 158. We have Break It Down. Meitner is impressed by Somerville's prototype. Is this super mutant tech? Interesting. We can easily rig this to blow it up in her face. So we can either help her rig the super sledge to explode and bring it back to Somerville, or we can leverage Meitner's respect for Somerville to spark a friendship between the two. They give you the hammer. Oh, that needs a 5 though. That's hard. 5, jeez. But we can become idolized and gain the super sledge unique asset. We also have to be at the tower. I have no idea if the tower's even out. Based on what I'm seeing, we haven't revealed the tower. Probably won't anyways. That's a bummer, because that would be fun. I think the next thing I'm going to do is just do an attack, a fight action, and fight this shield. We have, 3 out? So I want to get rid of 1. And I should say we should have 3 out. I think I forgot to place one of these at the bridge. So I'm placing one of them at the bridge. We're going to need a total of 2 successes to take him out. We have none here. This is 1, and this is none. So we get 1 reroll. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Beautiful. 2. That'll work. But he hit us for 2, 4, 6 damage. We have 1 shield, so we took 4 damage. Oh boy. I actually think I'm going to use my Psycho Drug here. During the fight, exhaust to recover 1 HP and generate 1 reroll. Then test E3 if you fail become addicted. We're not already addicted, so I don't have to do the bottom part. So I'm going to reroll this one. Let's see. Come on, still 1 hit. Bummer. I've healed up that 1 HP. I then have to do that test of E3. So I need 3 successes for an E, and I have 1 reroll for E. So 3 successes. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, I succeeded there. I'll take that 4 damage. Ow. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did heal by 1, you guys. If I hadn't, I'd be 1 away. You can see this is exhausted. I do gain 2 XP, so I'm going to be moving to the E. But at least we got rid of that shield token, right? Okay, we're going to activate the robots and the monsters. I'm going to pretend that I was smart. I still don't know if this is going to help me. I should have used my purified water. I forgot I had this. I can discard this during my turn to recover 5 HP. So I'm going to do that for my gunslinger. And you're going to see why that matters in a second. Let's do robots first. So this robot is going to move 1 space to here. We should have a robot here. He'll move to this spot. Then we have monsters. This monster is going to move into our space. And it's aggressive, so it's going to immediately attack us. And it's a 3, you guys. This is a monster, so he's going to move 1 space away from our gunslinger. And then this is a monster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this monster is going to move this way as well. So we'll put that there. And now we have to find out if our gunslinger dies. Dying in co-op is pretty terrible because we're going to have to move the shield 1 space forward. That's going to stink. That gets rid of pretty much, almost half of a round, really. So let's see. He's going to hit us for 3 damage. I get a reroll. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much I can do. I'm just going to roll. Okay, I'm only taking 1 hit, and I've got 1 shield. I might not even reroll. I'm just going to stop there. I'm not going to even try and kill him. I did no damage to him, but at least he didn't kill me. Okay, I'll take that. Moving over to our ranger, she's going to go ahead and do a fast travel action. She can do that because there's no enemies around her. She's going to go ahead and fast travel to Vault 84, and then she's going to do the first encounter card here. A figure stands with open arms and flanking guards. Behind the door, welcome to Vault 84. I'm Overseer Hayes, the leader of this vault. We haven't let in outsiders in over 100 years, so I hope you realize how exceptional this is. But after certain recent events, well, let's just say when your stolen Pitt boy connected, I saw an opportunity. You can thank her and ask about the rules of the vault, or you can just simply walk away. Definitely not walking away. Don't start any trouble and you should be fine. However, we have an annual vote to exile dangerous people from the vault. Even with my blessing, you're not immune. Shuffle cards 072 through 079 and randomly add the number equal to the number of survivors, so that's 3, then trash the rest. All of those are 84 cards, so I've randomly grabbed 3 of them. We have to get through this entire pile to complete that 3rd goal. Speaking of which, Mr. Handy is next, and you better believe he's going to do an encounter. As Mr. Handy rounds the corner, a small kid slams into you at a full sprint, which knocks a book out of her hands. Hey, watch where you're going. You pick the book up and hand it to her. It looks like it was once some kind of manual with 109 on the front, but now it's covered in drawings. Oh, 109, that's the other vault. If this is the last card on the deck, it is not. We can ask her if you can see her book, or we can offer to play with her. And if we have an A or an A, we can re-roll. Well, we have A, so we can re-roll twice for 4. Would Mr. Handy want to play with a little girl? Sure, maybe? I don't know. Would he really want to see a book? Yeah, I'm going to go with let's play with her. 2 re-rolls, looking for 4 successes. We've got 2 on this one. We've got 2 re-rolls to go. That's 1. And come on, I just need 1 success here. Beautiful. 2, 3, 4. You keep up with her even as she weaves through the confines of the vault. Well, obviously, we're on wheels. You're fun. I'm going to tell Mommy all about the fun we had. Keep this card. It's an endorsement. I think with that, then, we're going to go ahead and leave this vault and do a fast travel action. We'll fast travel all the way over to the Havens. Our gunslinger here is in some serious trouble. What she's going to do for her first action is run away from this monster. It's going to take her 2 actions to move into this space, but I believe this, Yaogawi monster is in that area, and it's aggressive too. So she's going to get attacked by him. I don't know what else she's going to do. 2 is better than a 3, though. So she will have to fight this enemy. He's shielded too, so I'm going to need 3 total successes to take him out. Let's see. We've got 1, and that's it. So we get 1 reroll. Let's reroll these. And 1, 2. Oh, that's not enough, is it? Because that's not going to take him out. No, and he hit us for 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 damage. We can block 1 of those, so he hit us for 2, 4, 6 damage. Oh boy. 6 damage, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are 1 away from death. So let's go ahead and run. I don't like it at all, but I think I'm going to have to go 1 to come to here. And do I want to run even more? I think I'm going to. No, I can't move. I'm going to kill myself. Yeah, I'm just going to have to stay here because this would increase our rad, which would then kill us. That would be stupid. So our super mutant gunslinger, who is heavily wounded, is going to hide over here at Highway 74. That'll end our rounds. We're going to draw our enemy activation, and of course shields are going to go. So we're going to have humans, bots, shields. Well, this is going to be really great. This human right here is within range 1, and it can attack. It's going to attack our ranger. So I need to remember that. We'll do the other humans. This one's going to move probably to here. This one's going to move to here. This one will move to here. This one up here, can you see it's going to move towards Mr. Handy? Let's see, I think I've got a bot underneath here. Yep, so that bot's going to start moving this way. This bot's going to move this way. Oh, and I should mention this shield is also within range 1, and he's ranged, so he's also going to be able to attack. And this shield up here is going to move 1 space towards Mr. Handy. And I forgot to put that monster back. It was still in my dice tray, so the monster's still here as well. Yeah, I mean, I love these tiles, but now with all these enemies, it's so hard to tell where they actually are because there's not enough space for them. All right, let's see what this bounty hunter can do to us first. Let's roll up. We only have 1 hit from this. And how much damage are we doing to him? We've got feet, and we've got feet. Are you serious? We're going to block his hit, and we're going to kill him. Take that. We're going to gain 2 XP. That'll push our XP over to the A. So we're only 2 away from leveling up. And let's grab our loot token. I keep calling it a loot token. It's a loot card. We have Bottle Cap Mine. During your turn, exhaust to place an unused quest marker in your space. After enemies activate, well, okay, that's not helpful. It's during our turn. It's not our turn, but we did take this guy out, which means we'll place a new one out as close as possible to where we killed him. And then, though, we have the wonderful slaver that's going to attack us. He is at a level 2. This is going to be wonderful. Let's give our dice a roll. And he's only hitting us for 1 point of damage. Are you serious? We can block that. We're doing 1 hit here. I'm not going to reroll because that would be stupid to reroll. So we didn't take damage from that. Then this is going to get pushed and activated. We're now at 3. We have 2 shields out. We're going to have to place our 3rd shield out. So that means if they activate again, they're going to push this thing up. So I got to destroy one of those shields before they activate again, or otherwise we're just going to lose the game. Because remember, we lose if we get to here. Our camp tile is right here. So I would say let's put them in the same area over here. So hopefully we can maybe kill them. Okay, let's move back to the Ranger. Our Ranger is sitting at Vault 84, so she's going to go ahead and draw the next card. You pass a mechanic as you walk through the confined halls of the vault. He grumbles as he works on a section of the wall. If you ask me, the dang overseer is the traitor for bringing these outsiders in here. We should vote her out. We don't want to meet the same fate as Vault 109. This is still not the last card. There's still one more. We can either ask, what is it? What was that about Vault 109? Or we can show him he has nothing to fear by helping him with his work. We need 4 successes with ease as being our reroll. We'll get this. The only letter we don't have is E. So I think we're going to do the first one. Don't know exactly, but the maintenance records show that we used to swap supplies. They had some serious hardware before we lost contact. 4 XP, stage 083, and trash. 4 XP, holy moly. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're right here. The mechanic mentioned that Vault 109 had some serious hardware. If you can risk the radiation of the vault, maybe some of it is down there. We can either take on a super mutant, or we could just go there and suffer 2 rads and gain 3 XP and find cards 88 and 89. Oh, that is so tempting. I think we'll just camp for our second action, so we'll go from 9 to 12, and that means we're going to move to Mr. Handy. You know what Mr. Handy's doing, getting rid of his fortune finder to gain 8 caps. Let's then go ahead and spend our first action right where we're at, because we're at a location that is a settlement. Well, we had 3 caps before. We added 8, so now we have 11. We're going to drop 10 here, spend them, and we're going to, should we all gain? I don't really think the XP is needed. I think instead we're all going to, let's gain another camp token. Those are just super invaluable. And when I rest somewhere, I can go, oh yeah, that might be a nice place to be able to go. So I'll grab another camp token, and then let's grab 066 and 148. We have a rogue vertibird. It's an old rust bucket, but it still flies. An old engineer named Tully fixed up a Brotherhood of Steel wreck and now flies people around for caps. You won't ride long with Tully without hearing about how he got his large facial scar fighting off death claws and killed his brother. You can place a quest marker on the highest level 1. That's actually right where we are. You can pay for a ride, so you've got to be in that location in 4 caps. Or he can avenge his brother and find the 149 card. Oh, that's kind of fun. These are quest tokens. I'm going to place that one in our location as well as on that card, and that way we know where the vertibird is. Now, though, you guys, we found the painful solutions. This is what we need to do. This is our main part of our quest. If we complete this and we get one more goal, we win the game. Despite the effort of those who oppose her, Sandra has located the bear she was looking for. Gosh darn it. And the disc was hidden within it. Testing has begun to cure the plague that haunts the pit. Unfortunately, there are a few slightly deadly side effects. Oh my gosh, all we have to do is destroy the harmful research. We're at the haven right now. PI, we need 5 successes though. Look at all those stars. Discard all caps from the map. Huh, okay. And then trash. Well, what the heck? Mr. Handy is standing right in the haven. Why don't we just do it? We don't have P or I though, so we have to get 5 successes in one roll. Not likely, but we might. Let's try it. If we somehow do this, then all we have to do is complete that vault or do one of the other side quests, and we've won the game. Let's see, we have 0 successes. Yeah, so we definitely failed that one. As our gunslinger, we're going to go ahead and do our camp action here. We're not going to drop anything there, but we're just going to do that for our first action. So we'll heal by 3, and then our second one, we're going to move here 2 spaces. It takes 2 of our movement to move there. Next time we can do a fast action, or fast travel, and get out of that area. Moving to that enemy activation, we have the critters and the bots. Well, that's somewhat annoying. This critter here is going to move 1, 2 into this space. This critter is going to flip over. Let's see, do we have a critter over here? That's a critter. It's going to move 1 space here. This is a critter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's going to move this way. There's a critter here. He's going to move here, which means that she can't fast travel. Gosh, that's annoying. None of these are critters. No, that's not a critter up there. Then we'll do the bots. This one is going to move here. This one here would also move here because it's only, what, 2 spaces away. And that should be it. So now let's go to our ranger. In order for us to keep exploring the vault, we got to get rid of this blood bug. So let's go ahead and roll 3. We need only 1 hit, which we got. Actually, let's see. This one isn't good. This one is, and this one is. So let's keep this one and reroll these 2. Come on. Be blank. Nope. We're going to get hit for 3 points of damage. And because we got hit and he is full of radiation, we're going to lose 1 rad and we're going to take 3 hits. But we gain 1 XP. Took him out. We're going to drop a new one of these down at the closest space that's open that has one of their symbols. We'll take the 1 rad. Here we're at 4. 1 more. We'll find out what our mutation is. 3 damage. 1 XP. Yeah, okay. Then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and explore the final card in the vault. You are stopped in the hallway by a well-dressed woman. She eyes you up and down. Goodness, you're a frightful sight. I run a charity here that helps the exiles we send out each year. It looks like you could use the help yourself. If this is the last card in the 84 deck, which it is, add 80. So we're going to add the 80 card right here. And that means I'm assuming, if we can get through that 80 card, then we've completed the vault, which would be awesome. So we can either accept her charity or make a donation to her fund and spend 4 caps. Well, we have 1 cap. It's probably why we look so ragged. Here you go, darling. Hopefully you can at least get started cleaning yourself up. 6 caps. I'll take that. That means we have 7 now. We'll move to Mr. Handy. He is not going to try completing that final quest because getting no reroll trying to get 5 successes, yeah, right. Instead, he's going to do a fast action and go ahead and move over. Not a fast action. It's called a fast travel, and travel over to Vault 84. We'll then do an encounter action, and we have the time for the vote has come. Everyone in Vault 84 gathers in the main hall and begins casting votes into a large metal box. Many people glare at the outsiders present. This is not looking good for you. Participate in the vote. The survivor on Vault 84 with the most endorsements draws a total of 2. We're going to get 2 workshops, and that's Mr. Handy. He has 1. He has 1 endorsement thanks to that little girl he played with, so that's awesome. Each survivor on Vault 84 with the fewest endorsements suffers 3 damage. Oh my gosh, and moves 1 space. If more than 1 survivor on Vault 84 is tied, then the most endorsements each draws 1. So we're going to actually get to draw 2 of these, which is awesome. And then, unfortunately, the ranger gets kicked out. 3 damage actually is pretty brutal. 1, 2, 3. We are only at 1 health left. Our first workshop is the fast travel. Gain 1 camp token for each fast travel upgrade. We've got 2 of them, so now we have 3 camp tiles. Yeah, we have way too many of those. And then our next one will be the generator. Oh my gosh, that's going to be 6 XP because we've got 3 of those now too. We're each going to gain 6 XP. For our gunslinger, 6 XP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be here. If we find the eye, I will be amazed. Let's grab 2. I don't know what that is. That's a P, and that's an A. So I'll look in a second which perk we want to get for her. 6 XP for Mr. Handy. 1, 2, 3, 4 upgrade for 5, and then 6. We'll grab 2 for him. I didn't realize he was the lowest on his upgrades. We've got an S, which we already have, and an L. So he will also gain a perk. And then finally for our ranger, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 2 more. We have to see if we get the E token. Let me grab 2 of these. And we have an E. Oh, I have to grab the E. That's awesome. I don't even care what the other one is. So we went, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 2 more. 5, 6. Our gunslinger really needs this to be able to get away from all those enemies. She's going to grab the Night Person card. And Mr. Handy loves his caps, so he's going to go ahead and get the Fortune Finder again. That will be our 3rd goal completed. And you know what that means. We're going to move to our gunslinger. We're going to use this Night Person. Discard to place your figure in any space on the map. Then you may perform a fight, quest, or encounter action. We're going to perform a quest action. We may be almost dead, but we're going to try and get 5 successes here and win the game. We need 5 total successes with 1 reroll, and we have 2 successes. I'm just going to pick these all up and roll them again. Come on. Come on, 5 successes. 2, 4, 5. There it is. In order for us to achieve victory, we needed to have 1 goal per survivor completed. We have 3. And then we needed to complete Painful Solutions, number 66. We just won the game. Oh my gosh, with hardly any health left, not a lot of time left. That was awesome. Well, I have to say, that was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm not sure if I would ever feel the need to play that scenario again, being on the star side. I would want to do the shield side. So I'm just trying to think to myself, I'd have at least 10 to maybe 12 plays of this on my own, and then maybe I could play with other people and do them, and I might enjoy them in a different way. And also, did you see all the side quests that we found that I didn't get to explore? Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to say that I'm keeping this one. I might play it a little bit more before I make my final decision, but with the cooperative rules, I have really, really enjoyed it. I definitely think I prefer Runebound. I also find that moving all the enemies can be a bit finicky. But yeah, the story was interesting. It was fun to follow. It was fun to do the side scenarios. Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm happy with this purchase. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully this will let you decide, do you want to get Atomic Bonds and maybe pick it up and play it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you at the next stop.